Before we were dead. Now we are alive.
Yes, we are now live.
Yes. You are asking about a title. Do we have need a topic? No. Uh, I don't think it's necessary for a topic. We ourselves, the moment is the topic. We cannot fix any topics, isn't it? We cannot fix any topics. It's better.
Correct.
Yeah, it's better to leave it as it is. So the present moment, how well we can sense the present moment. Yes, how well we can sense the present moment. That is the capacity prevailing in us, and that's what everyone is looking for. But they are looking in the wrong direction. When you are looking for something, you definitely will find something, but you will never have the present moment experienced because you are always looking for something. You are trying to practice something. You
To
are
fix.
trying to. Yes, these are all the mind's fabric. When you practice something, you will get something. The consequence will be there. You will get lot varieties of consequences when you practice something, when you preach something, when you try to design something. But when you don't try any of these, then you are what you are. Stop trying everything. Then what is reality? It's opened, exposed into your awareness.
And this can, and you can be in this continuously.
Of course, that which is not created by our mind is the only thing that one can experience wonderfully. When we create with our mind, then it will have all sorts of problems, ups and downs, and it won't be
In and out,
easy.
in and out.
In and out, and many struggles will be there, and you can never fix it. And if even if you fix it, it will be only momentary. You cannot enjoy the life if you're trying to fix it and if you try to frame it. And these are the problems that mostly people are facing. Otherwise, in life, there are no problems. Life is always a wonderful happening. And it's very simple and it's very powerful too. Don't try to fix your life. It's fixed perfectly where it is supposed to be. It's powerful wherever you are, any part of the world. Life is always working perfectly. And you are trying to be something which you are not. That's the only thing making problem. When you are what you are supposed to be, it's not a problem. It's just a beauty. It's just simply a beauty. It's the very simplest thing that one can do is stop doing everything. Simply feel yourself.
Most people will say that stopping everything is impossible.
Hmm. Because they have done many things and they're taking responsibilities of all the things they have done. They're taking responsibility. If I don't look after it, then everything will be ruined. Other people will suffer. The nation will suffer. If I don't involve in those things, the nation will suffer. My friends will suffer. My parents will suffer. My colleagues will suffer. But actually, it's only a mind's illusion. No one is going to suffer if you don't do anything. Then you can see everything is happening on its own perfectly. One thing that one has got to do is give attention to this presence. Giving attention that I am here. I'm here. It's not because I have done something. It's because the universe is functioning. The universe has good life. And that life is exposing itself. Making one possible is the function of the universe. It's not a scientific invention. No, it's not our forefathers' invention. It's not a historical event. No, it is just an event of the universe. It's simply an event of the universe. And how well you can sense that event, that well you can be. Just sense it. Then you will be sensible. So there are many forces working. There are many forces working. You have to understand these forces working. So for that, you have to just be still. Just be still. Don't try to do anything. Hunger will come and you will have to eat food. So who is inviting the hunger? The universe itself is inviting the hunger. You feel thirsty, then you drink water. So all these capacities prevailing in us is making us possible.
Life's
This,
conditions.
yes, it's the condition of the universe. And it's total. Its totality is perfect, pure, nothing missing. Nothing is missing. And if you are
Not
not silent,
any not any of the doings are also defining your life. Any of your doings are not defining your life.
definitely not. So you don't have to fix it. It's perfectly functioning. And it's very simple. When you can sense the simplicity of being, it's very powerful. Because that's how it is happening. That's how it is happening. The perfectness of being is so wonderful that I have taken responsibilities for many things, and that's the reason that I cannot see, I cannot feel the beauty of being.
Mm.
It's all because that I am doing something other than what is happening. That is the simple reason that I cannot be stable in my given position. If I stir something, if I disturb something, then definitely my capacity to remain stable will never be in my awareness. Never can be. Because I have disturbed something in the environment. Then I also will be disturbed. My capacity to remain stable will be distorted. So you simply stop doing that. Simply stop doing that. Eventually, quite naturally, one can feel aha. The aha moment of being is very powerful. Just go silent. Just remain stable. Stable, just to sense yourself. Simply silence. Okay. That silence is there within you. You don't have to imitate silence. Silence is within you. Stop doing everything. Then you can see, okay, it's happening on its own. You're
You
always
can sense your silence. You can sense your silence.
of course, and make all the noise that is possible, and still you can feel the silence within you. You stop all the activities, then you can see the stillness of being. Then you do everything that's possible, but everything that you do is because that you are here as what you are. That's the moment of realization that there's nothing that I should do other than what is making me possible. It's giving me perfect information to do what I should do. No worries, because there is nothing that we have started making myself possible. It's nothing, no one has started anything that's making me possible. There's no one is responsible. In the whole world, there is no one responsible for this happening. So you're not obliged to anyone or anything. Your obligation is to yourself only.
Yourself.
Giving attention to oneself is a wonderful obligation. There's no suffering in that obligation. You give attention to yourself. Aha, it's simply beautiful. It's very powerful. This beauty is not for anyone. This beauty is for oneself only. Making ourselves enjoy, giving us the opportunity to enjoy every moment. The more you give attention, the better you feel.
Mm.
All human beings, all
Yes.
beings, all created are together as one, not as different. It's all together as one, not as with any difference. It's all working, functioning together. It's working together. So more you associate, more elaborate will be the clarity. It will open up into your awareness more clearly. Associate with one person, two-person, more than two, three, four. Then it will be more clear. That's the only thing that's going to happen. You associate for nothing else other than for yourself to get your clarity more and more. Nothing else to do. So when you start sensing yourself, your presence here in this environment, when you understand how you are present here, that is your occupation to remain within that space. That is your occupation. That to remain stable in that space. So you have to occupy that space. To do the activities that you are doing is called occupation. To retain that occupying space. So everyone is having that personal space, that rich space where you are. You are the only person who can understand, who can feel, who is responsible. If you feel comfortable, wonderful, entertaining, then you will take responsibility to maintain within that space continuously. And that too won't give you any suffering. That will never give you any problems. It will only give you comfort, wonderfulness, glory, and you will start worshipping every moment, every moment, every happening. Your hunger, you have to worship your hunger. If you don't worship your hunger, you will not enjoy life.
Mm.
You worship your thirst, you worship your sleep, you worship even the voice that's coming from you. If you give that much attention into yourself, you will see that you will feel that you need to worship it. Then only you can maintain yourself perfectly in that given space. You have to worship it
Mm.
because it's a glory. It's the most wonderful. It's the most wonderful experience that's making oneself possible. So you don't hesitate to worship yourself.
Within that silence, within that responsibility of self, comes that essence.
Exactly. So here, the most important thing is that the presence of the opposite sex, the feminine presence. The feminine presence is giving us a wonderful opportunity of divine experience. The feminine presence is a divine experience. So if you are only stable within yourself to a certain level, you can have this as an advantage. Otherwise, what will happen? The animal instinct within the body to fertilize, to reproduce, to procreate will take command. The capacity to reproduce is always active. If you are active, then the capacity to reproduce will go silent, and the capacity to maintain oneself in the feminine process will get active. Only
So
then,
the spirituality within is the priority.
if you have to reach into the spirituality, then you have to maintain that presence of the opposite sex for a period of time. Only when you can maintain that the presence of the opposite sex for a period of time, then only you will be aware of the conscious space or the conscious capacity. Consciousness is a capacity beyond nature, beyond nature.
When you say maintain the presence, give an example.
Yeah, the activities that is going on in for a day, in a day, when the activities are done for nothing, it's for not for any reward or for anything to be established. No, simply maintaining that activities for a period of time, then only you can feel the presence of opposite sex within you. Once you catch up with that, the presence of opposite sex, whoever it is, then you have to bow to that person. Then you have to bow to that person, because that person is part of yourself. That's why the presence can be felt within you. You are not pulled, you are neither pushed. When the presence is felt, you are getting yourself more enriched. Your awareness is enriching yourself into a level where nothing can disturb you. The presence of opposite sex is giving a capacity to get yourself protected from the unwanted, and to give you a capacity to go beyond all the obstacles in the present world. There is nothing more divine than the presence of the opposite sex. It can never be contaminated by anyone. It always remains divine. Only with careful attention and a proper understanding of the self, this is possible. If you are malfunctioned, that means you want something done, or you want to be famous in the society or achieve anything. This is not possible. It's not for any other achievements. It's just to keep you living in that given space. Only if you are interested in your own self, this is possible. Then the universe is serving you. Universe is going to serve you. Namaste.
Namaste, baby.
Yes, baby, that's it. Baby Thomas.
Baby Thomas.
Okay. So when you maintain yourself, the formation as your information, eventually you can feel the presence of the opposite sex. Consider the opposite sex the most valuable. The values of the opposite sex can be opened only when you can maintain the stability of awareness. Without maintaining the stability of awareness in the presence of the opposite sex, you can never take advantage. You can never have the capacity to remain in that given space. Procreation, reproduction, and all is not useful for our living. It's not useful. It's only to maintain life here. To have ourselves, to enjoy the life, you have to maintain that stability, retain that occupying space with clarity. Then we won't be falling back with what our forefathers have done. We won't be looking back into the history and into the nature, but we'll be always connected with the consciousness, where the reality to continue the existence will be easily open to you in experience, not as thoughts.
Mm.
Life never is coming as thoughts. Life is always coming as experience. And that experience is continuously happening. The continuity is the most powerful aspect. Continuity. Continuity gives us perfect clarity. It's working on its own. It's functioning on its own. So when it's functioning, and when the opposite sex is coming closer, this function is only getting enriched. Is only getting enriched. It's not getting any fear, any complication, nothing. But when
So,
your body is,
is the opposite sex in you becoming activated in oneself through the
uh,
presence of another? Through the
yeah,
presence of another.
when you are properly maintaining yourself, then only you can feel the divine presence of the opposite sex. It should be divine. Divine means it is not disturbing your activities. It won't give you stress, it won't give you attachments, it won't give you struggle, it won't give you any problems. That is divine. Then only a real life, real partnership begins only when this is happening. Otherwise, the partnership is for a reproduction. What is our part? in living. There is no part of living in that. Reproduction, children, and okay, you are getting spoiled after that. You're suffering your own life. We are not talking about reproduction. Reproduction, if it is a requirement, it will happen. If it is a requirement, reproduction will happen. We are not the one responsible for reproduction and maintaining life here in the space now. Our life, our capacity is to remain stable in the given space. That's the responsibility of every individual. When you take that, when you consider that as your responsibility, then only the conditions of the nature can be transcended. The condition of the nature is a vicious circle. It's only a vicious circle. It will create only for a particular period. After that, the process of creation will come to a stop. It cannot go further. To have that capacity to remain stable, one should perform perfectly with the formation. Eventually, you will feel the space with nothingness. The capacity to sense that nothingness is the beginning of realization to maintain oneself in that given space.
The real living.
Yeah, the real living happens only then. Then everything that you are doing, what all things that you are doing, will never be tiring. No, you'll be only enjoying. You will not get never get tired of whatever you are doing.
Because the synchronization is perfectly happening
Exactly,
with everything.
exactly. You can
For that,
ask questions. The viewers can ask any questions,
let me
doubts, or anything.
share. Yeah, let me share the live.
Sure.
It's early in the morning. Usually, people out here are getting ready for school or work, but we'll see who comes.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, this is a pioneer event in English Wonderful Living. Okay, so that we'll see the right time for US people. Okay, and
Yeah.
we'll do it accordingly.
Yeah. So morning for you, evening for us after 6 p.m. We can
Yeah,
we can try that.
yeah, yeah. Morning, it will be better for us, and evening will be good for you. That's
Hmm.
okay. That's fine.
So
That's fine.
people are like during the week, people are getting ready to do their start their day in the morning, but in the evening, there's some relaxation going on.
Yeah. Questions. See, when you are asking a question, we are not packed with a lot of answers. No. When the proper association is happening, the answers will come. We are not packing a lot of data within us and answering anyone. No one can do that. That is only a program from the past. But question and answers, that is a process of interaction to know more about the self. When you perfectly interact to know about yourself, all the doubts prevailing in you, all the problems prevailing in you has got to dissolve. So that process is question. So when you have right questions with your life connected questions, then definitely the answers will come. You don't have to worry for the answers. If the question is proper, you should know, am I eligible for this question? You should have proper eligibility for the questions, not the social problems. why it's happening there in that country, why it's happening for that person. These questions cannot be properly answered. The right questions is coming from your perfect observation of your capacity to remain stable. When you are interested in yourself, then you will have beautiful questions, and that questions will benefit for yourself also. There are many trash questions for the mind, and even if you get the answer, you will not know that you got the answer. It's not about the answer. It's always the most important is the question. You should have the right question. You should know, oh, am I feeling thirsty? When you're feeling thirsty, will you go take food and eat? No, you have to drink water. So you should know what is my requirement? What is happening to me? Why this is happening to me? This is very important that one should be always able to understand what is happening to me. Why am I doing this? Why I am here? What am I doing here? What is making me possible to do this? This is very important, and it's very entertaining also as well. Whenever you're doing something, it is giving you the capacity to understand yourself more and more. And it's continuously possible, it's limitless. The process of being aware is always giving you wonderful experiences continuously. It never stops giving you wonderful mystical experiences. It gives you capacity to remain stable with entertainment round the clock. You will never ever feel boredom or any lack of interest once you give attention to what is happening to you. It will be a round the clock entertainment only.
You can sit comfortable anywhere.
If you focus outside, you will have many things, but never a wonderful moment. You'll be always going after to fix something, but whatever you fix will never remain stable. The only stability that you can achieve is by associating with yourself, oneself. Then association will naturally happen with other people similar to this happening. Then you can focus into yourself and associate with oneself. Then you will get associated with more people quite naturally. The more you associate, the better you feel, the better clarity will open. That's how it is.
I got a message.
If you
I told her to come onto the live.
pardon,
No, I got a message saying
I didn't hear you.
it's okay. The life of Daniel is saying, what is the reason male and female cannot sense properly?
Because they are involved in many things that's happening around. If your attention is diverted from the self, then of course you can never sense the proper association of the opposite sex. If you are interested in yourself, if your interest is within yourself, then quite naturally, it will open like a blooming flower, because that's the most wonderful experience. There's nothing better than that experience, because this association has brought us here. We are born in the womb of a female, and that womb is always perfect. That's a reason for us to be here like this. So we cannot deny that our feminine presence by any chance. From there, that's the cradle of everything. That's the cradle of everything. From that only, we can understand everything perfectly without any hesitation, without any confusion. Life is rich when you are aligned perfectly with that reality of being. It's very simple. Be truthful, be honest. When you are in the presence of the opposite sex, be honest. Be honest in all activities that you are doing, everything that you are doing, so that not even a single moment will not go unchecked.
He's asking, are you talking about a one-to-one relationship, or that's the base of everything?
Of course, a one to one relationship definitely is the criteria. One to one relation definitely is the potential way of opening the secrets of life. Why you get connected with many people? The one to one is very important. Once you are connected with a perfect human being, you will never ever try to get connected with anything else, with any other one. Never, because the beauty is always giving you a wonderful experience continuously. Who will stay away from that beautiful experience? No one will. Once you are connected, once you feel the beauty, then you will never divert your attention. Never ever. Once you are connected, that's the life's connection. No one can break that because it's very powerful bondage. That bondage is giving us the entertainment and liberating you from all the problems. You feel wealthy with what you are. That wealth of enjoyment, the wealth of everything is the most wonderful position. This is the most wonderful position. Is the most wonderful association of awakening. Is the most wonderful association of awakening. Connected with what you are. When you are connected with what you are, there is no question raised because that's the reality of one's existence. It keeps working on its own, it's live. There's nothing that we have started. Everything has started by its own. It's functioning its own, and it's making everything possible. So this energy, this capacity to remain stable, is the only thing that giving attention. Oh, I am here. Oh, I have to enjoy myself. A feminine is the gravity. That feminine is the gravity. Without gravity, we will never have clarity. With gravity, we have a capacity, and that capacity is the formation. And from that formation, we get information. The feminine is the seat of all the intelligence. Then only you have a base. Without base, what can you do? All the problems are there because we don't have a foundation. If you don't look into the foundation of the creation, the foundation of the creation, so that starts with the feminine energy. There's a gravity. Once you're aligned with that, then of course the spirit is opened. That's the masculinity. It's connected with space and it's connected with the limitless, infinite. It's connected with the infinite. It's very simple. Symbol always remains stable.
And when you're
No one
talking
can break.
about feminine, Cebu, you're talking about your femininity, everyone's femininity within.
Yes, exactly. The created. The created is feminine. The creation, the process of creation, that's with the spirit. To have that sense, to bring that into your awareness, you should know what gravity is, what is attracting you, what is attracting you. When you are feeling hungry, will you fall into the food, or will you eat the food? You will not fall into the food, but you will consume the food. You will consume the food and convert it into yourself. Similarly, when there's a feminine presence, you don't have to fall into that. It is there within you. It is exposing yourself with perfect clarity. For that, you should have a clean body. A clean body means the activities that is making one possible should be within your awareness. One should have the perfect clarity. Only then, only then that you will know the feminine presence. And there are many other presence also happening in this space. It's not really feminine. But you will get confused if you are not able to have a clear clarity of what the presence is all about. If you are not connected with the feminine presence, then you will be influenced by many presence of many energy systems in this nature. You will always have a confused mind because you can never figure out the presence of many things that's happening around. Only with the feminine, you can always differentiate the beauty of living very easily.
Feeling different females and activating emotions in this body system is a trauma or what?
There are no different females. Feminine means attraction. There is only one female. Only one female. They are behaving, they're talking about behaviors. We are not talking about behaviors. We are talking about the feminine presence. Once you are connected with any one female, any one person, that's enough sufficient. Then you behave with them truthfully, associate with them truthfully to get into more association, not to build conditions, no, to only to sense their presence, only to sense their presence. Once you are connected with any one person, then you be truthful with that person, share everything sincerely. No mind should come in between the relationship. No mind should. You have to be truthful, sincerely associating. No struggle, nothing will happen because our requirement is to know the presence without any doubt. That presence means something that which is created by millions of years. That perfect sense of creation. That's what we are seeking. When you are able to do that, then you are aligned with the existential reality. Once you have done that, then okay, then your attention will go into the space. No, nothing can contaminate you. Once you are aligned with that reality, then the real living has started. You will never get confused by anything that's happening around. Nothing can impair you. Nothing can. It keeps on working. That pairing, that repairing has been done. Repairing. Means the repairing has started, then eventually you will discard all your behavior, attitudes, unwanted attitudes, and all those things. Your mindset will completely break down, your ego will get shattered, and you will have a close view of that feminine presence, a real view of that feminine presence, the divine sense of awareness. Masculinity then only will work. Then only masculinity will work. Masculinity has the capacity to evolve the feminine. Only then the living is possible. The feminine should evolve. The capacity of the masculine will work only with the feminine, not elsewhere.
So you're saying the perfect association will stop the wandering mind.
Of course, it will give you a rich experience of awareness, stability, You will never have a confused mind. You will never suffer yourself. You will always have enjoyment of life, continuously enjoying life. No struggle. You will never ever face struggle. You don't have to. Because this is an universal happening. There's nothing that we have made. Everything is made by the universe. The process is very powerful. It's very, very powerful. And that power can be sensed only within silence. That doesn't mean you have to stop talking. Even while you're talking, making all the noise, you can feel the silence. The core silence is always there. You don't have to stop any activities. You be active. Then only you can feel the stillness which is making the activities.
How long you maintaining these kinds of association?
I'm 60 years young. I'm 60 years young, and that's it. This is a capacity by giving attention to that awareness. So eventually, now I am 60 m. When I reach 70, 80, it will be much younger. It's dealing with the situation perfectly to dissolve everything. To dissolve everything. That is the potential power. Not to have images, not to create anything, but to maintain oneself. The process of creation is done by the universe. The process of creation is done by no one else. It's done by the entire universe. So surrendering oneself to that totality. So you will get the perfect. No one can block that. No one can distort that. We don't have to try to create anything. Whatever we try is only from the mind. Mind is always connected with the past. So when you think you are successful, actually that's going to be a problem. All your success will be a problem because all your success is based on your mind's calculation. So when you start, you have to be assured that you will stop. Whatever you start, you will stop. So with that understanding, okay, you can start. There's no problem. Then you know that you're going to stop, or you know that it is going to be destroyed. It will completely get destroyed. No problems. But you think you're going to fix something, it's going to remain stable as such. Well, you will face disappointments. You can never fix anything here. So it's better to surrender and feel how you are happening, how
BB
one
say,
is.
BB saying that listening, I feel very light now.
Yes, listening is a wonderful capacity. Listening means you are surrendering your body to a subtle happening. When you listen, don't focus on memory. You just listen to a person. No one is asking you anything. No, simply listen. Simply listen to anyone. Listening is a wonderful art of awareness.
He's saying, "Okay, let me find someone. Thank you. Can I get this lady number if you don't mind?" Sure, sure.
Ask and you shall receive.
He's saying, I'm getting messages on one on WhatsApp. He's saying he seems so happy and at peace with life.
Good. So, listening is a wonderful way of understanding more about oneself. When you listen to someone, simply listen to someone, if you give attention to that listening capacity, you will slowly understand the beauty of living. Don't judge anyone, simply listen, feel them. Then you will know the field of creation. You'll simply you will wake up from not from the sleep, from the death itself. You have to wake up from the death, not from the sleep. Because death is always coming into us. Death is always seeking. Because gravity is very strong. The time the created, the nature is very strong. The nature keeps a balance. But life is beyond the nature. The consciousness is a capacity beyond the nature. When you come in rapport with all the created, only then the conscious awareness will open. If you disturb anything around, you will never get the perfect clarity of consciousness.
Simply the clear understanding he has of controlling our own.
I didn't hear you. Your voice got stuck.
Uh, it's a WhatsApp message.
Okay.
But she's saying that simply controlling his own emotions through mindset.
That's only a temporary solace for the mind. You cannot fix yourself with your mind. You cannot fix yourself with the mind. You can make lot of conditions with your mind, but that's all because you are trying to create for yourself. So don't do that. Stop doing all those things. Then you can see that you are perfectly created, and that process is live. That process of creation is always active. It's very powerful. No one can break that down because this vibration from the space is happening continuously. That vibration from the space, you can sense it, and that's where the real field of life is. So the best thing is stop doing everything. Then you are asked to by many people, by many things. You are influenced by many people, but the one thing is that am I always live? Am I always able to understand myself? This is the attention that you should give. Giving attention to what's happening to me every time, what's happening to me from morning till evening, then again the next day, then continuously, okay, what's happening to me? Then you will get a perfect understanding of everything that's happening. Just very simple. Don't try to achieve anything. Just give attention to everything that's happening from morning to evening. There is no particular process, there's no particular technique. Every moment is rich, every moment is important. So, whatever you are doing itself is enough to have the wonderful living open to new awareness. Symbol is very powerful always because symbol is how it is happening. It's very simple. No one is the authority of this happening. No one in the whole world, no one, you can never see anyone responsible for this creation. You can see, you go around the whole world, universe, there is no one, the authority is no one. It's only happening of the universe. There's no center for this. You are the only center for what is happening to you. Each and everyone is having a center for themselves to remain stable. So if you are interested in yourself, then that interest is sufficient to give you every clarity required in every moment of life. You don't have to ask. You don't have to ask, you just sense everything is coming to you. And what is not wanted will get dispersed from you quite naturally. That's the beauty of living. And be in that beauty. That will be a wonderful duty. Be in that beauty of sensing, aha. Then it will be a wonderful duty also. You can keep on enjoying. Aha. It's something that you will never divert your attention from. Once you are connected with yourself, then you will know the mystic powers are opening. Once you are connected, there's many things to open from within. Many things will happen, but all the things will not clutter you. Everything that is happening will give you entertainment and will give you for the capacity to remain stable. You will not get never get tired. Your internal organs, sense organs, all will get more active only. So no part will give you any problems. That's wonderful living. We have a community in WhatsApp. I think anyone can come into that WhatsApp community. Isn't it wonderful living? If you type
Mhm.
wonderful living,
Yeah, can someone put it up because I'm not able to reply to the comments for now. But if somebody can pin the message on here so that we
the
can
message of community,
add the number maybe.
uh, I think there's a possibility of posting that community. Shafi,
Wonderful living English.
yes, yes, the community. I think
There's
we
a
can.
link.
Yeah, link or something. Shafi.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, it will be done. Okay. So this is how it is going on endlessly. We have never started anything. We only happen to be aware that we are all living together as one. So that is brought Lily and me together as one, and we are sharing it with more oneness. People with the oneness will come together. It's quite natural. There's no problem in any part of the living. In any part of the living, there's no problem. It's functioning perfectly beautifully. The problem is that you are connected with the problems. In this, there is no problem. But when we try to do something and we cannot fix it, then that's the beginning of problem. Stop doing everything. Then quite naturally, you can feel the nature of being is very powerful and wonderful. And within that, you will feel the conscious awareness. The conscious awareness is not a process of creation, but that gives a capacity of creation beyond any limitation. So you should always be honest with yourself. Be honest with oneself. You're not be honest with the other people or not. You have to start honesty within yourself. Others might ask you many questions. You don't have to answer anyone. If there's a reason, then of course you have to answer. Otherwise, people will ask many questions. You're not obliged to anyone. Your obligation is to yourself.
So this was our first live part, but always together. And we'll
Yes,
make many more in the evenings so that people can sit comfortably and watch.
of course. This tender, what do you call it? It's a very feeble stirring into the minds of people.
Fragile.
Yeah, very fragile, or very feeble, or whatever it's called. It's very faint. We are giving a very faint remarks about life. It's happening here. Not very strong, not very hard, but the easiest, very slightest moment is the most richest moment. Don't give anything that's hard or with strong indication about life. No, give always a faint, a tender, feather touch of life only
Mhm.
needed to wake people from death, not from sleep. From sleep they will wake, but from death, that's what we are always doing. So take a. We are always together,
Always.
always.
See you
Bye
next
bye.
time.
See you always. Bye bye.
Bye.